Good afternoon. Welcome to Introductory Wheelwork. Before you can get... All right, so today we're going to learn how to make a pinch pot. Probably the most basic sort of project we're going to start with the year. Here we go again. Dry bat, dry ball, dry hands. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, is this close enough?
Yes.
Okay, good. So,
How do you feel about Mr. Musto?
I think he's really cool, and I think he's probably one of the best teachers I've literally ever had, and I think if you're considering ceramics, you should take it, because even if you don't like it, it's still a very fun class to be in.
What's your first impression of Mr. Musto?
That he's crazy and he yells a lot.
What's your current impression of Mr. Musto?
He's so crazy and he definitely yells a lot, but he's really cool. Like really cool. I don't know how else to put it, I guess. He's really cool.
In a caring way.
What do you mean?
That's what she just said.
Yeah, he's cool in a caring way. That's a really cool. He goes,
Hi, Giselle. So what was your first impression of Mr. Musto?
He seems like a very carefree guy that he listens to the students. Just a very free-spirited person.
What's your current impression of him?
Pretty much the same, and the fact that he's not afraid to interject with advice that helps the students improve.
What do you think Mr. Musto does in his free time?
He does a lot of surfing, at least skateboarding as well. He's demonstrated playing the guitar. He has a lot of hobbies that really fit his character.
Tell me about an interaction with Mr. Musto that had affected you.
Sometimes he would perform guitar, and I would just be really inspired by that because he still has despite being really busy as a teacher, he still has the time to dedicate to his hobbies and personal interests.
So how has ceramics class with Mr. Musto changed you?
It helps me express my creativity a lot, and with a lot of courses that are pretty much same old same old, it makes me have something to look forward to in school.
What do you think Mr. Musto does in his free time?
I think he bikes a lot. He bikes a lot, and he probably not play because he's sick and tired of it. I think he rides his bike a lot. Yeah, he goes around biking.
Tell me about an interaction with Mr. Musto that has changed you.
I wasn't doing anything super profound, but one time he said "what the pickles," and I still laugh at that to this day. So I guess it's changed me. So I think it's very funny. I think it's very funny.
How has ceramics class with Mr. Musto changed you?
Honestly, it's the entire reason I have this entire new group of friends. I think it's taught me to be more patient because I was not a very patient person, and I think doing the wheel and stuff like that takes a lot of patience, stuff like that. So yeah.
What made you interested in ceramics?
Well, I just in general love art making, and it's just one of the many mediums that I've played with: drawing, painting, sculpture, ceramics. It's just photography too. So it was just one of the many things I enjoy about art making. Draw it across the clay. Just draw it right through. And you get a nice chunk.
Have you always wanted to be a teacher?
Largely, I knew my heroes kind of growing up were my art teacher, Mr. Garrison, and then when I got to college, guys like George Baker, and then the Pep Boys when I was at Pepperdine. It's nice, I would say void-free, no air in there. That's good. Some people use it just like this for slab work. They'll cut off clean slabs. That's perfectly acceptable. However, in our case, you can see this side. I saw those guys having a career and having a studio practice and as teachers, and I thought that was a pretty appealing if not viable way of making a living. So, yeah. And there might even be creases. So I want to wedge this clay. So what I'm going to do, I need a steady work surface that's clean. And I want to posture myself so 1 foot behind the other.
Do you love clay?
I really enjoy clay. Yeah, clay's pretty neat stuff. I mean, it's remarkable. Like this dirt stuff, you can mold it into things and cook it, and it turns into rocks. That's kind of cool.
What do you do outside of making pots? Do you do anything else besides that?
Well, artistically speaking, I do a lot of woodworking. My master's degree was in metal smithing, so I have a bunch of equipment that enables me to cut, weld, and manipulate metal. And in addition, I like to build things, so I have a cabin now. My big art project this summer will be my cabin. I got to rebuild that. And yeah, I mean, I still enjoy painting. I still enjoy photography. Not doing very much of it, but outside of those things, I like riding my bicycles, riding my motorcycle. I love being with my family, and gardening, and playing the guitar.
Do you live at the school?
No, but I do have to come here a lot on Saturdays, like to load the kilns. So shift gears, and I'm going to go left hand in, right hand on the outside. I'm going to compress and thin. Moving the clay. Notice I'm always anchoring on the rim. Hands are always working together like a little pair of twins.
What other hobbies do you do besides?
Well, the bike riding, motorcycle riding, guitar, gardening. That's kind of it. I mean, whatever. I used to work a lot. I used to design a lot of work for people and build them custom furniture and things. And I'm not doing a whole lot of that anymore. Get that wall the thickness I wanted. Notice I'm moving all the way up the wall. See those guys, they talk through the wall to each other. Partly because I'm not having to hustle as much. So my new focus is my cabin. So that's going to be my big hobby this summer. I think our form is pretty good. I'm going to compress slightly at the bottom, because I'm going to be doing a rocking sort of motion where I'm moving the clay sort of in a rocking fashion like this. I wrap the wire around my fingertips, thumbs on top. I drop the wire to the bat, and I drag straight back towards me. Oops, except for I did a bad job that time. But that's it. Here's our pot.
That's all?
That's it?
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right.
Okay.